Albert Combs was born March 2nd, 1990 in Charlotte, North Carolina. Luke and his family would then relocate to the city of Asheville, North Carolina when he was just 8 years old. Luke started to sing as soon as he could talk. So who was Combs exactly singing along to, and who had influenced him so early on? Luke mentioned in an interview behind the curtain at the 2018 ACM Awards to country radio station WYRK, "Vince Gill was what I started singing to. He included several other 90s country artists and went on to say, Brooks and Dunn and Clint Black. That was my favorite stuff to sing when I was little, burning up the cassette tapes." Interesting enough, Luke Combs actually stopped listening to country music near the time of the move to Asheville, and says, "My parents, for whatever reason, stopped listening to country music when I was 8. Combs would go on without listening to country for almost 10 whole years, and listening more to stuff like the legendary 90s grunge rock band Nirvana. Combs attended high school at A.C. Reynolds, and he would stay active in music and would perform with the local acts. Luke would then go on to college attending Appalachian State University, and as a freshman in college is where he would be reintroduced to country music. Luke Combs' friend reintroduced him to country music when Eric Church was playing a show on campus. Luke's friend had to talk him into going, and Combs has admitted to not putting much stock into Church's music on the day of the show. But at the 52nd annual CMA Awards show, he had this to say to reporters about how he changed his feelings towards the Chiefs' music. "I didn't give his music a chance that day, to be honest with you. A couple of weeks later, I'd had a few at the time, illegal beverages, now legal beverages, and said, you know what? I'm going to give this guy's album a shot. I listened to it front to back, and it really changed my outlook and changed a lot of things for me about country music." This would be a defining moment for Combs, and it would spark his desire to be a country music star and not the police detective that Combs originally wanted to be. What's insane is, Luke didn't even touch a guitar until the age of 21, where he went on to play live shows throughout the town of Boone, North Carolina, at some of the same bars that Eric Church would play during his start. Combs would then release independent EPs titled The Way She Rides and Can I Get an Outlaw. Next up would be the release of his hit single Hurricane, which almost never happened and had the potential of shattering his music career. Luke produced a 6-song EP at the same time, but it only saved $200 for the whole project. Combs told Rolling Stone Country, "We recorded 6 tracks, and when they got done, Moffat was like, hey man, we need to master these, and I was like, what's that? I think the price was $200 per song, so I was like, I don't have $200 per song, and I'm not going to have it." Combs left up in arms and started listening to the tracks that they had recorded. With it being $200 per song, Combs wisely chose Hurricane to be mastered and sent it to iTunes as the single. I'm pretty sure that decision has paid off well for Combs' career. He has been skyrocketing ever since, with his first 5 singles, Beautiful Crazy, When It Rains It Pours, One Number Away, Hurricane, and She Got the Best of Me, going number 1 on the country airplay charts. Combs also had his 2 singles, Beautiful Crazy and She Got the Best of Me, going number 1 at the same time on country airplay charts, which has not been achieved by an artist since 2000, and that was Tim McGraw. Not to mention, Combs has recently held number 1 on all 5 of country charts at the same time, to include country albums, hot country songs, country airplay, country streaming songs, and country digital song sales. Combs has had crazy success, but has there ever been any drama or little speed bumps along the way? Well, in 2017, Luke Combs was detained by TSA in handcuffs at the Nashville International Airport while on his way to the ACM Awards. Combs would be detained for leaving a gun in his book bag, but everything would check out and he would still make it in time for the red carpet at the 2017 ACMs. 2017 was also around the time he was feuding with Wheeler Walker Jr. The two, however, reconciled their differences on Wheeler Walker's podcast and agreed they liked what each other were doing in the business. I'm sure there is plenty more to come from Combs, and fans cannot wait for his second full-length album to be released. His headlining tour, Beer Never Broke My Heart, is giving fans the chance to hear new music like his banger, Beer Never Broke My Heart, or the honky-tonk jam of One Too Many, and the ballad, Dear Today. The history of Luke Combs, I mean, it's crazy to think what has happened so far, and for all of it to have started when he was 21. If Luke Combs keeps on this path, I think it's safe to say that the man is on his way to be pretty legendary. Well, that's it for today's video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down at the bottom for updates on your favorite country artist and all the news coming right out of Music City. Y'all stay country.